This is grandmother Laurel Claus-Johnson from the Katarokwi Grandmothers Council. And Laurel, I wanted to ask you, the grandmothers in Kingston have decided to do these kind of ceremonies 4 times a year, for strawberry and for harvest and for midwinter and for Sweetwater in the spring. So why do the grandmothers think that this is important, that we bring back these ceremonies?
The protocol, or the underpinning of why the grandmothers came together initially, this will be going on 2 years now, is because we agree that we need to return to our ways. So we came together as grandmothers, first of all for tea and to discuss our grandchildren, and then recognize right away our similar interests as in, and needs as in, how do we return to our ways? So the ceremonies became like the underpinning of how do we bring our community together. So those 4 seasonal ceremonies are reflective of the 4 directions. They're also come from an Ojibwe man who came and worked in the Kingston prisons for many, many years, Dr. Art Solomon, who named those 4 ceremonies to take into all the male and female Indigenous prisoners here in the 80s. So that's an acknowledgement of him as well. So returning to our ways was something he was engaged in himself. He's passed on, he still guides us today. In fact, I had tears for him today because of this being one of those ceremonies. So the bringing together or returning to our ways is refocusing on children, refocusing on those children within families, and taking what we call our rightful spot in a community or in anywhere. I think there's grandmothers everywhere, and in almost everyone I've met, the grandmothers have a special place. So in ours, in our Indigenous community, we're treated with respect, we're fed first, the pace of the community goes by how the grandmothers are going, what are the grandmothers doing. So we've stepped out of the way of colonization and stepped into what we call our ways, and we're doing exactly what we envision ourselves doing by returning to our ways. It's the most exhilarating life. We see all the babies, and it's a beautiful way to be. And I think every community, doesn't matter if they're Indigenous or not, should have a grandmother's council. And I believe that all those beautiful, older, white-haired old women should be consulted and consulted and take direction from and take suggestion from as to what needs to be done, because they never lose sight of the children as grandmothers. So Grandmothers Council, a way to go, a way to be, a beautiful way to go and a beautiful way to be. Nyalagoa.
Thank you, grandmother.
You're most welcome.